Hey, Blake T. Wild here, and welcome to a new little series I'm doing that is Patreon exclusive. That's right. I am traveling all the way back to 2008. Oh my gosh, look at my little 2008 cell phone. I'm about to go to the polls to vote for Barack Obama or John McCain. What events happened in 2008?
According to Wikipedia, clockwise from top left, Lehman Brothers went bankrupt following the subprime mortgage crisis. Cyclone Nargis kills upwards of 138,000.
It's 2008. It's wacky. It's crazy. Tropic Thunder came out, and you can't make that movie again in the future. But we're back in Marvel Rewind, Reliving the MCU, a new audio commentary series where I am watching every single Marvel film beginning to end, and seemingly there will be no ending, so I will be doing this forever. And of course I am starting it off with Iron Man. If you are watching this, it is on YouTube, and if you want to listen to the entire commentary, it is on my Patreon, patreon.com/Smokey's videos. I'm revamping it. I'm coming up with all new ideas and stuff to have on there. I'm going to be doing alongside Marvel Rewind and Reliving the MCU. I'm also doing DC Rewind, Reliving the Snyderverse, which, while not as time intensive as the MCU one, may not be as much fun. Or maybe it will be more fun, since I'll be able to make fun of it more, I guess. But I'm also doing another movie-themed little podcast commentary video series called Pop Pop Popcorn, where I just sort of watch a movie and then have a little short video afterward where I just discuss it and review it, essentially. So check that out. I got a bunch of other stuff on there. I'm also serializing all of the Destructo Boy issues, starting with issue 1 on there as well. New pages released each and every week. So check it out, and I hope you enjoy this little clip sneak peek of my Iron Man commentary. Bye. I love this house. It's just so cool looking. The location is an interesting spot. I love that they take Iron Man out of New York, because goddamn would that be boring if it was set in downtown New York, or like the Manor at Central Park or wherever the fuck it is. Which I'm surprised that they never introduced Avengers Manor as like something that Tony Stark just owns, the Howard Stark Memorial Museum or something like that, where it's just all of his stuff in the middle of Central Park. Pretty much all of the comic book movies from, before 2008, X-Men, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, they're all in New York, and even at the very beginning of the MCU, they're doing something just completely different than what all the other comic book movies from before that are doing and were doing, which is taking a character that is traditionally from New York, in New York, only appears in New York, and they're taking him all the way to California. It's just such a change of scenery. He has the coastal highway to fly down. He's on the precipice of a fucking cliff, which we'll see more of in Iron Man 3. It's much more appealing visuals, and you're able to just see the oceans, the mountains, the nature and land of the country that just hasn't been developed for the most part. It's something far more different than you'd see in any other comic book movie from that time. I just realized that all 3 Iron Man movies include a fake villain who everybody thinks is the villain, and then the mastermind villain. In this one, it's the bald guy, and the mastermind is Obadiah Stane. In Iron Man 2, the villain is Whiplash, and the mastermind is Justin Hammer. In Iron Man 3, the villain is Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin, and the mastermind is Aldrich Killian, which, now that I think about it, is pretty comic accurate in that all of Iron Man's villains are the same. This guy looks like handsome Squidward if he was a terrorist. Iron Man is just like us. He puts his iron pants on one leg at a time. Every single person in this movie just gives it their all, and they're just at the peak of what they can do in a movie that's about a C-list level comic book character that who knows if it would have taken off at all. Either it would have been popular, or it would have been X-Men 3.
Is it safe? Yeah, it should be fun. It's like Operation. You just don't let it touch the socket wall or it goes beep.
What do you mean operation?
It's just a game. Never
Don't
mind.
know what Operation is. Was that was that Gwyneth Paltrow actually not understanding what he's referencing? He's on a Segway. Of course he's on a Segway. On a Segway, smoking a cigar, looking like he's a businessman from the 80s.
You really think that just because you have an idea, it belongs to you?
Oh my god, this is just Disney speaking to literally anybody who works for them. And then Amy Pascal saw this, and like 6 years later, she's like, let's do that for Spider-Man. Let's make that the Rhino. Let's get a old bald man and put him in a suit like he's riding a giant robot baby Bjorn.